Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Scale Riders podcast episode, number 275. We welcome Mars Garage, a talented model car builder known for his rats, rods, customs, rust, and sci-fi creations. He also runs the YouTube channel Mars Garage, where he shares his builds and techniques with the community. What's up, Mars? Welcome to the podcast, man.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well, bro. I'm doing well. Excited to have you on, man. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm honored to be here and share a little bit of knowledge and whatever I can, help out the community.
Chat. If anybody has any questions for us, please note them down and I'll go ahead and I'll ask Mars Garage. So, dude, we saw each other not too long ago over at the NHRA museum there in Pomona. And I wanted to know that event, the Spirit of Speed, was that the first time you've ever gone to this model show?
Yeah, that was the first time going to the Pomona and the second time I go to an actual show. So the first one I went, it was about 3 years ago. I think it was a IPMS show in Vegas. And then from there till this couple of months ago, that was the second show that I've ever attended. I usually just do my models and that's it, but never really gone to shows like that. So that was a really fun experience to see the Pomona show aside from the museum.
Yeah, because I want to say we probably met more like online through YouTube, and like seeing each other's channels and I remember in some of the comments or like in the chat you were mentioning about the show, like, hey, are you gonna be there and everything? And I was like, yeah, and then you were like, I'm gonna come out. I was like, oh, dope. So I was looking forward to that because I was like, man, I'll get to meet you there. And then you showed up and I was like, oh, what's up, and we started to chop it up and stuff. And I was really happy that I later got the opportunity to go see your models. It was hard for me at first to step away from the table, but then once I was able to, it was pretty cool that I was able to walk around and you were able to show me those models. How I made that video that's on the YouTube channel showcasing some of your builds, man. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. I was telling my wife I usually don't go to shows, so since this was really pretty much almost about an hour away from my house, I told her, I just want to go and just hang out with whoever I could meet up there and show off some of the models that I have built. And yeah, it was really fun to meet you, and then that's why I was like making sure that you were going to be there and other people that I thought they were going to be there, to be there. I didn't want to just be by myself and walking around like, okay, I don't know anyone here. So yeah, it was really fun. And yeah, it was cool. I got to show you some of the rusty builds that I made or built, or however you want to call them.
Yeah, no, that's cool, bro. As far as models, I saw you shopping and getting some stuff. How many models did you end up bringing back home from the show?
I got six models. Yeah, I got pretty good price on all of them. I had a budget, and I was able to stay under the budget with lunch. So that was a big come up for me because I know myself. If let's say I want to take $300, I'm gonna end up spending all $300. But I didn't even end up taking $300. I took $150, and I spent I think $110 with lunch, the entrance, and the 6 kits. So yeah, that was a plus for me.
Yeah, that was a good one, bro. That's dope. Now I'm happy you came out. A lot of the times it is a bit, intimidating in a way, or more like, man, I'm gonna drive up to a show by myself, right? It almost feels like I'm going to the movies by myself. You don't know who you're gonna run into or what the vibe's gonna be, but for the most part, you do end up running into people, meeting some people, chopping it up and seeing what's up, and sometimes you make new friends too while you're there, and especially like if if you don't really see anybody, the best thing you could do is just go and shop around, right, and find some stuff to take back home.
Yeah. As you know, whoever have seen my channel, I usually don't put my face out there, and I just usually try to focus and showcase the models because that's pretty much what we do the models for. We want to showcase our build. So in my mind, I just prefer showcase the model instead of just looking at this face. But yeah, I walked around. I got to see a couple of cool builds and kits galore. And I was like, oh, I like that one. I like that one. But I had a mindset of kits that I really was looking for. And I was able to get two of the ones that I had on my list that I was like, okay, if I see certain kits, those are the ones I really want to get. So that was a good come up for me.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. As far as like shows like for next year, are you planning on start coming out more?
To more shows, yeah. I think there's another show that I really would like to go. The one that it's in Ventura, I think it is in April. So hopefully I'll be able to attend that one.
Yeah. And later, of all the shows that are going to be coming up out here in Southern California, I know for the most part in the beginning of the year, we have the 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 one that Ventura Hobbies does, Model Fest, and then there's also the NHRA, not NHRA museum. This is the Grand National Roadster Show. They have their event, but then again, they're in one of the rooms. They do host model cars as well, and there's like a contest out of that. And as far as the other bigger shows, is going to be the one in April 25th. There at Ventura County Fairgrounds, and the following week, the next weekend, there's going to be one SoCal Open as well, and that one's going to be out in the Valley. So there's going to be pretty much like some pretty good amount of activity coming up as far as shows, and I know a lot of people are going to be you know coming down and driving up to these shows to attend. So right now is a really good time, man, to like get some builds ready, get stuff ready for the next year. As far as like you took some models to the NHRA museum, the Spirit of Speed show, and I see behind you have a lot of more models. How do you decide what models do I take to the show?
Um, I let them speak to me, I guess. I'll just look at a model and uh, it's kind of like when we go and if we're searching for some kits that they're for sale, just so you kind of look through the bunch and see which one stands out. So I do pretty much the same. Um, I've been asking other members how the same question: what do you take to shows? And it's pretty much the same thing. You look at your models and then see which one stands out the most, and then that's you go with your gut feeling. You take that one, and then that's pretty much it. And like I said, I never really been into shows to compete. So that's just the ones that I took over. It was just pretty much just to showcase the what I could do, which is the rust.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. As far as like model building, I want to know your history, bro. Like, you know, when did this all start? How'd you get into model building? What was your introduction to it?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go back, way back, back in 1990.
Yeah, let's go.
So 1990, I think I was 13, and I went to my local swap meet. So as I was walking around the swap meet, you got your vendors and tables and stuff like that, and I came across this one guy, and he had a toy, or it looked like a toy. And at first I thought it was diecast. So when I picked it up, it was pretty light. So the guy was telling me to be careful because it's a model car. And I was like, well, what the heck is a model car? And so he started explaining to me what the whole deal is with the plastic model kits. You buy them, you put them together, and all this sort of stuff. So long story short, I end up buying that kit, and I still have it, and it's this '64 Impala. So at that time, it had the stock wheels, and everything is pretty much the same the way he had it. The only thing I did was just to change. I just changed the wheels into the lowrider wheels, and then uh, that's just the way you see it. That's how I got it, and the top was just kind of fading away. So me being a teenager, I just went and painted it, but I should have just kind of left it the same color as the rest of the body. So it's good to know that I still have my very first kit, and ever since then, I started building more lowriders because in the 90s, that's what it was more in, just the lowriders, the Impala. So I went ahead and bought almost the whole entire collection of lowriders from the 58, the 59. I couldn't find the 60, but I got a 61, and then all the way down to the 65. And then, like all of us, we got married, kids, and other stuff. So I started selling some of the other builds that I had, like a couple of muscle cars, some trucks, but for some reason I always kept this one with me because it was the one that started it all. And then I still have a couple of 62s, some 63s, and a 65, and that was it. So now that I'm back in it, I'm just slowly but surely trying to get the whole entire collection again. I don't think I'm gonna paint them the same color as I had them back in the day, but it'll be a little bit better now that I know how to use the rattle can a little bit better than back when I was younger.
Nice. I want to show everybody. I want to pull up these photos here of your 64.
Yeah,
Check it out. So this here is the 1964. Is a AMT?
it's the AMT. So I think that one it's the early release because the mold it's red. So if like there's some certain sections of it, like the engine part is still red, so it's the regular mold that it was when it was molded in red back in the day. So that lettering, it says blue persuasion or something like that. So that's whoever built it, that's his signature.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and you
That's
can see
really
the
cool.
bumper. If you see the bumper, it still has the red because it's kind of the
Oh, I
paint,
see it.
the chrome, it's
Hmm.
kind of fading away. So yeah. So that's
Wow.
the original mold. Yeah.
That's really nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at these earlier. I'm like, man, this is so cool. It takes me back right there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you had you said you took a break, you had the fam and everything, and now that it's back, that you're back doing it, are you tripping out though, like as far as where the hobby's at now compared to, when you're younger, you only know so much what's in front of you, right? But
Yeah.
now we're connected to everything. We're on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. We're everywhere now.
Yeah.
So what's your take on all this now?
I think it's a lot better. Before, I would just wait for the next issue of Lowrider Bike magazine. That's when I got to meet uh, Armando Flores when he first showcases Loco 64, and then Gary Seeds. He had his 58 yellow wagon with purple flames. I was like, man, those things are super cool, and I've always tried to just try to be like those guys. Like, man, how do I do it? How do I do it? And I was stressed out, just try to get that shine, and that was just the magazine back then. Now that we have the YouTube and the video, it's even better because you get to see it more up close. Like, you see it on your phone or whatever you're at, and you get to zoom in and literally look at all the detail that some of these guys are doing in their builds. So the hobby overall has improved a lot, and it's good, and it's good.
Yeah, I do feel like it has a really strong bloodline right now. Like there's no more, oh, the hobby's dying. It's not, no, it's not. It's not gonna die, dude. It's just it's being more amplified. It's just how can I say it, man? It's like it's just getting more powerful, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to find the right word for it, but to elevate it more, you know, and it's just like transforming, and especially now that how we could share it so easy, so fast. A lot of people are sharing a lot of information and trying to help each other out. Like, this is the way I did it. Check it out, and then from there, it just helps others, you know, to try that and help them, you know, take it to that next level. I know in your videos you do a lot of that too. You share a lot of information with weathering and building and stuff. Uh, when you get ready to do those type of videos, what's your process like when you're going to do some type of like tutorial or share of information?
So when I do a tutorial, I do it before I actually do the video, because if my time span, I don't want it to be more than 15 minutes, because of, I don't know, um, the lifestyle of everyone. You know, like me, when I'm at work, I only watch videos when I'm on my break. So if I'm gonna watch a 30-minute video when I'm on my 15-minute break, it's gonna be impossible. So first I will do the video and time it, and then from there rewatch it again. And if it's too long, then I'll just, you know, try to make it a little bit faster so that I can stay under the 15-minute mark. So it could be kind of something easy that anyone can do it. I'm trying to teach my son how to build models, but going back to the hobby dyeing, we have to find, if we want to get the attention of younger crowds, we have to see what they like. My son, he doesn't like the old 50s. He doesn't like the old 50s, 30s style of cars. He likes more of the muscle car. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start buying muscle cars and get them into the interest, get them hooked into the muscle car. So if that's going to be a way for him to start building later on when he gets older, then so be it. But I need to step down to his level so that he could enjoy it and not just kind of force it into him. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
back to the videos, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just go at it, and if it takes a little longer than 15 minutes, then I'll redo it again until I get it down to the 10-minute mark. Once I know, okay, this is what I got to do, you know, just to keep it under 10 minutes, then that's when I'll shoot it again. But by that time, that kid, it's like been washed, clean 3, 4, 5 times, and then until I get that final, okay, this is it.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to give a shout out right now. This is to Edgar Allan Cole, One Team Garage on YouTube, because not long ago he made a YouTube video where he gave you credit on this video. The
Yeah,
title of this video is called The Ultimate Formula for Creating Realistic Rust. And
yeah,
he posted that one up, bro, and I watched it and I was like, yo, this is dope. And just
yeah.
the way, you know, he showed you from the beginning to the end, like the whole thing, right? The method that he learned from you. And I was like, yo, like that looks really dope. Like, I don't really know about rusting. Like, I don't really ever really tried it. But man, that right there, I was like, yo, I feel like that's something I could definitely try and get some results.
Yeah, it's funny to see how 3 different colors can just make rust. And I've been doing that same technique for the last 7 years. So when I saw that first video, I'm not taking credit for that, because I saw another YouTuber doing it, and he's no longer doing any videos. So I think he actually dropped his YouTube channel. So the first day I saw his video, I was like, oh, I gotta try this. I gotta do this. So for the last 7 years, I've been doing the same technique, the same 3 colors, and I've just been doing it. What if I do this? What if I do that? So now I'm able to do dry brushing with the same technique, and not just, I'll add a little bit of silver, I'll add a little bit of yellow or orange or anything that kind of replicates that rust, but not just in one area. So in let's say Arizona, the style of rust might have a little bit of orange. Someone from New York, their style of rust might be a little different. So that's the only thing that I'm trying to kind of blend in the colors, but still keep the same 3 major colors that just it's really hard to beat. You still have your Tamiya Potter colors, the ABC, whatever tablets that they have, and that could get a little expensive, but those things, the ones that I use, those things are $1. So for me to use the same 3 bottles for 7 years, that says a lot. So I can't go wrong with that.
Wow. Yeah, man. Regarding, how you're mentioning rust from different areas like Arizona, New York, what's the best way for someone to kind of look into that or keep track of that? Is there I don't know, information or whatever? Because that's pretty interesting. It's like, let's say I'm gonna do one, and I'm over here like, all this car's in California, but then it's it's like I'm doing it. Maybe I see one of yours that and it's like New York style, but I'm saying, oh, it's California. you know, well, it's pretty interesting. But that's right there's like doing your homework, and that's what I want to know. Like,
Yeah.
because
So
anything I dive into, I got to do my homework.
yes, it's so um if you do a rust from New York, it's going to have more rust. So that means that some of the quarter panels and certain areas of the car, you're going to see holes, the actual rust holes. So you got to drill in the body and make the rust hole come through. If you do something like a barn find, you won't do it as rusty as from New York because it's just a barn find, type of style. And then if it's from the desert rust, it's it's not going to eat so much on the metal. So let's see. So this will be kind of like an Arizona rust.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's just fully rusted, and that's pretty much it. But if I don't have one that I could kind of say, oh, it's replicated a New York style, but yeah, and then here's the bottom of it. So this is something that we'll see more like a barn find or someone who's kind of restoring it and then just a daily driver type of thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, doing your homework that takes a big part of that.
Yeah. I want to pull up this model for another showcase here. This is the Revell 48 Ford. And let me pull this one up and
Yeah.
tell us about this build.
That one. That is the favorite one from the channel. I did a video of weather cars and I left a comment there. Let me know what's your favorite car from the bunch, and I'll say probably 90% of the comments is that one, that it's the favorite one. So that is my third attempt of rusting since I started doing the rust. So that thing, it's pretty old. And I don't know, what can I say? That thing, it's just like my favorite. And try to replicate that took me a little bit of researching, because I actually copy on a one-to-one car. And I think Tim from Throttle Power has a video where he goes to this one show and the car is there, and I was like, oh man, that is so cool, because I actually get to see the inside and everything of the real car. But again, I was just trying to mimic that car. So that's pretty much what I was trying to do. And some of the scratches that you see there is just a knife that I was just kind of like slashing through the quarter panels and stuff like that, make it look like it's a daily driven. Like you see it behind the license plate, that's
Mhm.
just scratches from the blade. Just try to replicate that.
Man, that's nice. As far as like the timing, when you're getting brand new kit, you're getting started. What's your flow like, and you decide I'm gonna do a rust. What's the time process that you would say it takes you to complete a build?
From beginning to end, I'll say probably about it'll take me about a month, a good month, 30 days from beginning to end.
Oh, that's good. And as far as do you have other models like on rotation as well, or just kind of focus on the one?
I like to stay on one at a time,
Hmm.
because I tried doing two, and that's my I'm pushing it out too. If I do three, I'll get very impatient, because it's like, oh, I gotta do this, and and I just get very focused. Like if I'm doing a rust, it's like I'm all in. I gotta do the rust. And I'm in my brain, I'm already like, okay, what's the story on this? What's the story? Where did I find this car? Where there
Mhm.
or truck or whatever build? I found this somewhere, in somebody's backyard. And so my brain will just take me there. My imagination is a little too out there. That's why I'm from Mars.
Yeah, tell us about the name. How'd you come up with Mars Garage?
Oh man. So as many of you know, my name is Marcelo. So with us in the Latino community, Marcelo almost sounds like Marciano,
True.
like a Martian, right? So since I was little, some of the kids will make fun of my name. Hey, Marciano, eres de Marte, you're from Mars. And as I was growing up, that kind of went away. So one of my cousins was just making fun of my name, and he was just throwing names out there like Marcel and Selmar, and it just popped out like Mars bars, and that was it. It just got stuck with Mars, and it's been Mars ever since. Like even my wife calls me Mars. Like nobody in my family calls me by my name. It's just always been Mars.
No
So
way.
and
Right
it's
on.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
so easy to remember because I'll meet people and it's like, oh, it's Marcelo. Oh, what was your name again? So I was like,
Mm,
it's Mars, like the planet. Oh, got it. All right, cool.
yeah.
And then they're hooked.
Uh-huh. That's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, because I really like even the like the little details, that you add. I saw one of your videos, you even did like you printed like a little magazine and you put it on the package tray and it said Mars on it, the license plates that
yeah,
there's all these little Easter eggs that
yeah,
you have on there. But that's pretty dope that you were like, yo, I'm gonna use that name right there.
yeah,
Instead of
yeah,
shying away and being like, yo, I don't want no one calling me that.
yeah. So yeah, I try to make a good fun of it because it's really hard to forget someone with that name. Like
Hmm.
everywhere you go, it's like, oh yeah, Mars. I know Mars. I know who Mars is. Yeah. So, but if I was to say Marcelo, it's like, what was that guy? Who was it? Who is he? But yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Right
yeah,
on.
with the magazines, I had to ask ChatGPT, hey, how do you resize a magazine? And
Mm.
I was going through online searching for anything that said um, with Mars in it, like Mars, what is it? The History, Discovery Channel, whatever stuff. So I saw there was one magazine that said Mars, and it had a concept car on it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to, steal that font, and that's
Mhm.
gonna be my Easter egg. I was thinking about using the shop card and but try to resize that shop cart into a 124 scale. It kind of takes away the details of my shop card, so you
Mhm.
can't really see it. But just to see the actual Mars on the title of the magazine, then you're gonna know that it's my build.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
For like the rusting that you do, like all these effects and stuff, do you also spray like a top coat or any kind of flat clear to lock things in so this way details don't fall out or get wiped off?
Yeah, just flat clear. And when I do the flat clear, I try not to do it too close to it. So I almost missed it. So once I missed the clear on top of the paint, it gives it a little rough texture. I don't know if you touched one of the old models at the show that it has the texture of rust, and that's just like it's unbeatable. You can't really fake that because of that same reason. Me kind of literally like 13 inches away, and I'm just messing it just enough to cover the whole entire build and give it that texture of rust, and that's just pretty much what sells it.
Yeah. So the distance that you're using and that you're spraying, is it possible to mess up, like to put too much where you're like, oh, okay, I think like, dang, I put too much on there. Like I shouldn't
Yeah,
spray that.
yeah. So I'm gonna show you this. Okay, you see how this looks, and look at the hood. The hood looks a little bit more shinier.
Oh, I
That's
see
just
that on the
that's
like a
just because I
glare.
went a little too close to it.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but again, you can't fake it, and you could feel you could hear it.
Oh yeah,
It
I
almost
can hear
sounds
that.
like you rubbing a sandpaper.
How'd you do that effect on the top? It looks like it has a dent.
Yeah. So let's
The
see.
secrets. Let's see the secrets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
Let's see. Let's check it out.
All
Shout
right,
out to
kids.
everybody too in the chat and everyone
Yeah.
watching.
All
By
right,
the way.
kids. Here's a how-to. First, don't play with fire. Get a lighter, put it upside down, get a screwdriver. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And let it dry or cool off. And that's it. Same with the door. It's got that dent right
Oh,
there.
I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then the fender right here. Same screwdriver. I just went this way and just let it sit on it. And then right here, let's see that. This section here, I grabbed one the old plier and I just went at it, kind of chew it up on purpose, and black washed it and did the rust, and now it looks like it's starting to have some cancer on it. That's another tutorial that I'm trying to plan. What's going to be my next victim, to do a little bit of cancer like that.
Man, that's so cool, bro. Thank you for sharing that right there. I'm like
Yeah.
tripping out right now. Like, wait a minute. That's so dope. You know, at first I thought you were gonna bust out with like some type of like little mini like bat or like a mallet, and you're gonna be like, oh, I just like hit that thing, you know?
No.
No.
You can
That's-
actually use a Sharpie, and it depends on what type of dent you want to do. Then you could use a Sharpie also.
yeah.
But
Man, you know, just a heads up, next year at the SoCal Open, Armando's gonna be busting out with the support from a lot of other modelers like VWs. And I was like thinking, damn, it'd be dope if you did like a rusted one.
I
I
actually
don't
did
know.
one.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I'm just giving you.
I did one
heads up.
Volkswagen a while back. It's in my channel, but I don't have that anymore because I gave it away. But it's in
All
my
right.
channel if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, I'll have to link it. I'll have to grab the link and put it in the description because I'm pretty sure we're like, yeah, we got to see that thing.
All right, let me see. I think it says this is my Patina 69 bug or something like that. Let me just try to figure it out over here.
Cool.
But yeah, it's on it. So I give it away to another YouTuber that he loves VWs. So I was like, here you go. I know you're gonna enjoy this. And do you remember the 40 Ford that I had at the show?
Yeah. Let me.
That one's gone. I gave that
Oh,
one
you
away.
gave that one away?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So
Okay.
after that show, I went home and I gave it to my friend that she loves all this. She has her hobby, but she really likes how the weathering technique is. So I was showing her the car, and she goes, "Oh man, this is really nice." I was like, "Oh, well, here, you can have it." And her and her husband are just like, "Oh man, this is so cool." I was like, "Yeah, there's some Easter eggs, so that's your homework. Go look for the Easter eggs." And she was like, "What?" And she couldn't find it. I was like, "It's in there. Look, there's a hot rod magazine inside of that, passenger side, and then my magazine. It's in the back seat." Oh, okay. And sure enough, they're like, "Oh, that is so cool." Yeah. So that one's it's not with me. So it says, this is my Patina 69 Beetle. Let's see if it'll focus. No, nope, it's not gonna focus, of course.
Show us right here.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah. But it's for some reason it's not showing the title. Right there. It's backwards. This is my Patina 69 VW Beetle.
Beetle. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll find the link too, and I'll put it in the description as well, so we could check it. That's awesome, man. I want to show you another one of your models to showcase for everybody here. Let me pull it up. Let's see here, and you can tell us about this one here.
Yeah. Oh, that one. So that one is my first build since I started the YouTube channel. There was a group build called Fat Fenders, Fins, and Chrome. And when I started the YouTube channel, I entered um, that kit for that group build, and that it's also another favorite one because when I went to the IPMS in Vegas, I got third place out of the whole entire show with that truck. And for me to come third place from Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spot and Joe Teresi, I think it is John Teresi. I might get his name wrong, but for me to come third place from those two guys, that just it means a lot to me. And that's also normal weathering. It's uh, painted in layers. So you got gunmetal, black, white, and then the top coat that you see, it's like the teal kind of look. And then I sanded it down, make it look all weather, and added a couple of spots of rust where you normally see a working daily truck like that.
Yeah, man, I like this a lot. This is really beautiful. You know, as far as you know, I'm seeing the layers how you were talking about earlier. Uh, what is like the first layer of paint, or what is it that you lay down first?
So the first layer is gunmetal. I just did a video on it on the 44 that I gave away. I used that as the example for how to do this rust, so the or this patina look. So the first one, it's gunmetal. There's no primer because we're trying to replicate the metal look. So the gunmetal is first, and it's almost kind of like a heavy coat. Then you do whatever second color you want. So you could do red or you could do primer, but with the primer and the gunmetal, it almost blends in. So when you're sanding off the layers, you almost kind of pass the gray with the gunmetal, and then you will hit some of the raw plastic on it, so it'll show through. So then you gotta kind of touch up those sections. So I try to stay away from the gray color just for that. So if you see on the rear fender, it's got the black, and then it's got white, and then your top coat. So when you sand it off, it'll give that impression that the white, it's almost the primer. So, and then that's how you get the patina look. And then once you get to the gunmetal, then it'll replicate that. Oh man, it's the metal. It's showing through the metal. So before it starts to get rust.
Mm. What grit do you recommend any of us to sand when you want to start breaking through the layer?
I use different ones. It depends on how thick you're putting that layer on paint, because once you're spraying with airbrush, it's so much easier because the layers are thinner, so you could use a pretty, like a 600 and just go pretty light until you get the colors that you want. But since I'm using spray, I'm using pretty rough, and I mean, I'm not afraid to just go all the way. If I go through the metal, I mean all the way down to the bare plastic, then I mean, I really don't mind, because I could just touch it up with rust, and then I just cover it up, and then I'm done. But it's pretty much, you just kind of have the feel for it, like, okay, this is too much, or this is pretty much what I like, or oh, it's not too weathered. So yeah, if you see this door, it's not as weathered as the other one. The other one has, it's more heavy weathered.
Yeah. Yeah, I trip out because right now, I'm staring at the fenders and the hood, and it's just like everything is different. It's not like too uniform, like where it's too perfect, rusted. Like it looks very natural, and it does look like a very realistic car, even though we know it's a model and it's made out of plastic. It almost gives you the feel like it's like metal and heavy.
Right. Right. And that's what I tell everyone. The reason why I like doing the weather is because I like to tell a story without saying anything. Let your imagination just kind of flow through. Like what you just described, it's what your imagination is telling you. Hey, this is a working truck. This is what you will see in real life. Someone, driving. Like me, I would drive something like this. If I was to have real money, I would replicate my own model just to drive. Hey, I'm driving my own model, but
Mhm.
I don't have the money to get 3100 pickup.
Yeah, that's the beauty of building models, you know. You could build any model, like any car from the past, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
that we fantasize, oh man, if one day, right? That's the
yeah,
cool thing. And even the fabrication, anything you want to do to the model, it's
yeah,
like you can have endless you know, you don't need a lot of money. It's just you get your materials and get creative and you start hammering it
yeah,
on there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And kit bash and scratch build.
Yeah. No,
Yep.
definitely, dude. That's cool. You know, I wanted to bring up regarding the recent video that you had made. It was the community question. And this one
Oh,
had to do with you know, you made a video you know, talking about one of your builds and your son. And I wanted you to, if you could bring everybody up to speed with this question you had for everybody and regarding like what happened and has this happened to anybody else?
yeah. So on the community question that I had, it's my very last video. My son was cleaning his room, and I have this build of a '66 Nova, and I did that build a while back. And again, he's into muscle cars. He's not really into the old cars. So I told him, okay, sure, you could have it, just because I want him to love the hobby. Um, one model at a time, I guess. And so I let him have it, even though I kind of fought for him. Like, no, this is mine. I'll build one for you. Just tell me what colors do you want. No, I just want this one. Sure. So he was cleaning his room. As he's cleaning his room, I heard the normal sound of a plastic hitting the floor, and a gasp like that. And I was like, what happened? And so I, sure enough, walked into the room, and he's just like, man. So he just had this look like, man, this sucks. So I told him, that's fine. Well, we'll buy another one. I go, like, we'll just tell mom that we got to go to Hobby Lobby and buy another kit. So that's a good excuse just to go to Hobby Lobby. So he was like, okay, all right. I go, hey, we'll put it together. Now I'm going to build you one, the one to your liking. What do you want? What color? But he still likes the color. So I don't have that spray can because it's just normal olive green. So I told him, I'm going to buy another kit, put the whole entire bottom of it together, and then just, swap bodies pretty much. So if you guys haven't seen that video, if you do end up seeing the video, so this is how the car looks. So it pretty much uh, took a dump. So it's done. So if you guys have seen this kit, the suspension for this car, it's pretty crappy, and not crappy in that sense, but it's very fragile. So, but nothing happened to the body. The body's still intact. I just dropped the hood. So except for those little chips right there, but everything it's still good. I'm surprised that bumpers and all that stuff is still in the glass. It still survived, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this card. So, and then that was my community question, like what happens when someone breaks your model, like not just you, but someone that you care. Like if I was to get, let's say at the show, I was to give you one of my models and you drop it, I'll be like, okay, well, it's cool. I mean, it happened. It's not something that you're gonna be I'm gonna be upset because you dropped it. Like, I mean, accidents do happen. So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna stop our friendship just because of the plastic.
Nah, for sure. Nah,
Yeah,
yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You know, a long time ago, I remember going to a model show out here in California, and I was hanging out with my friend. We're just like talking, and there was somebody else that was not with us in our just like chopping up in our circle. He was on the other side, and somebody else came like running over
yeah,
to tell him, "Hey, dude, uh, someone just dropped your model over there." And he's like, wait, what? So he just like whatever he was doing, he like left everything and he went over there. He didn't run, he just like walked over there pretty fast
yeah,
to see what's up. And yeah, his model was like what the hell, like pieces, you know,
yeah,
and not everything completely, but like certain parts.
yeah,
And we didn't see anything. We didn't know if like somebody like picked it up to look at it, or and maybe it caught onto their jacket and it fell, you know.
yeah,
But he was like, "Oh man, like this model's done. You know, I gotta put it away or whatever." And And then me and my friend were talking about that. We're going, oh, that sucks, dude. Like, what do you do in that situation? And I was asking him, well, what do you do? We're talking about it. What do you do? And he's like, damn, I guess nothing. I'm like, well, yeah, what are we going to do? Fight about it? Like, dude, we could just build another one. Like, it is what it
Yeah.
is, And
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, I know some people they go to shows and they're very careful with their models, and they have a lot of detail. They spend a lot of time, money, and sacrifice and everything, right? And yeah, we don't want to see anything get like thrashed or nothing. But then again, it's like it's a risk. Anytime we take our model out of the house and we're gonna go travel with it or anywhere, it's a risk that something's going to happen, something's going to break off or whatever. And it's hard, but in a way, it's almost like a lesson. Like, all right, I got to chill. Like if it happens, like not get too
Yeah.
worked up or let it kind of ruin your day. And maybe it's an opportunity to do something else. A lot of the times when I go to the shows now, especially now when I'm out like trying to film stuff, right? I'm very careful. Like if the model's like right here, let's just say, I try not to like hover all over the model with my phone or whatever I'm holding. I try to like from far away, I just hit the zoom button. It gives you the three options: zoom in as from far, because like what if the phone slips? We've seen those videos before where like the dad like taking a picture of his kid, newborn kid, and then phone slips out and hits the kid in the face. And
Right.
it's like we're trying to avoid that too with our models. So zooming in, and also like if you have like a cable or anything hanging out, like tape that thing up or hold on to it, because that thing could like hook onto something. I
Yeah.
saw the worst thing you could do is go to a model show and be like standing up, like looking at the models like this and wearing a scarf or a
Oh,
tie. That's like the
yeah.
worst thing. You
Yeah.
don't want to be wearing that. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen that happen where the scarf's hanging down, it touches whatever, and they stand up.
Hmm.
In the future, you think there might be an opportunity to maybe rust it or like to bring it back a 2.0 in the future?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. So if I do end up buying another kit, I'm gonna fix this one and all the other parts. I'm gonna do something like something rusty. I'm already thinking what kind of chassis can I use for this type of body, like either a NASCAR or any other chassis that I can that can fit that body, so that I can just do my own version of it,
Mm-hmm.
or do kind of like the opposite colors. Well, you can't really do the opposite, black with green, or maybe mimic that same one, but instead of having all the sponsor decals, it'll be just green with black, but just
Nice.
pretty much similar. But yeah.
No, that's cool, man. And you know what? I'm, from like hearing you from the video, it sounded like, yeah, man, like your son felt bad, bro. He's like, oh man, my dad gave me this. It's like he made it and all, and you feel bummed out, but just tell him everything's all good. I'm pretty sure you already did, but you could just let him know. Everybody in the model community is like, don't worry, everything's all good.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
what I told him. So I'm building him a 69 Camaro for the USAC build. So when
Oh,
I
sweet.
told him what I was building for this year's group build, he was like, "Oh, nice. Can you build it for me?" I'll go, "Sure. I'll build it. I'm gonna build it, but you tell me the colors. But you gotta help me." So at first he was like, "Okay, I'll help you." So I got some pictures, like he was kind of helping me with it, and then after that he just kind of like walked away from it, and I was like, "All right, I'll just finish it." So he gave me the color, which was pretty hard to find in spray can, and I was able to find it. And I'm not gonna reveal the color until I show it. So I found the color, and then I found the wheels, and then I had a scratch built that engine that it's in the car. Um, it's not There's nothing 3D printed on the car. Everything I scratch built everything that it's on the car. And the paint, I went through, man, maybe 12 spoons just to replicate that color that he wanted. It's a color shifter, but it's my version of the color shifter. So it's an insane paint job, and I'm still at awe that I was able to pull that off with spray cans.
Man, that's awesome, dude. That's super cool.
Yeah, and that
Um,
one I did it in a month and a half. As soon as
oh
they
no way.
posted, yeah, as soon as they posted the car, I was like, I'm on it. I went on it, put it all together, and it's been sitting in his room next to this Nova. Now I was like, dude, I'm just super lucky that you didn't, crack
Drop
the
the
other
other
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
What
but
a
yeah,
trip.
it's in his shelf. So
Mhm.
once all of this is done, I'll probably do a little quick tour of his room where he has some of his models and the diorama that he did with me with my rust bucket group build that we did.
Mhm.
So
When is the due date for that USAC built? When is that?
I think it's in March 15, I think.
Okay.
So it starts in this September. It's like 6 months, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, because I've seen it feature on magazines. I just don't know too much of like the back end story or how did this all start or like where where's the place where most people are gonna find the info on that.
I think it's Lucas C from Lucas
Mhm.
C channel and
Okay.
the Hobby Dude 007, Mark Batson. They're the
Oh,
ones
nice.
who
On YouTube.
who are yeah on YouTube. Yeah,
Okay.
they're the ones who are hosting it. And honestly, I don't really remember how it started. I think it started just for the content creators, the very first one, and then
Mhm.
after that, I think they opened it for everyone. So, and then that's how it
Awesome.
pretty much took off.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to do another a model car showcase here. Let me pull up the AMT 51 Chevy Bel Air.
Yeah. So, from the lowriders and coming back into the hobby, and this was I think in 2015. I was like, I still love the lowriders. Lowriders will still be part of me, but I also like the cruising style of it, the customs and hot rods and all that. So I was like, you know what, let me get my hands on try to come up with a custom. So that is a all spray can. It's a root beer color, and I love that color because it's so easy to just lay it down, and the flakes on it are like perfect to the 124 scale. So it's just a nice paint job. I have 3 models already with the same color, and it just lays down really nice. And the sad part on this one is that the chassis was a little warped, so I had to take off the inner fenders from the kit. So, and that actually helped out because I was able to lower the front a little bit more, so it has a little bit of rake, but not too much. And if you see the rear bumper, I cracked the bumper right when I was taking that picture, so I gotta glue that on.
Yeah, this is a really nice model, man. It looks very clean. I love the stance, the wheels, and the color. Like you said, it's very beautiful color. Then I see in the chrome are is that the bare metal foil around the window trim
Yeah,
there?
yeah, it's bare metal foil. That
Cool.
I hate it.
Do you lock it in as well, like clear coat over it, or no? Or is it like something you just lay on after?
I lay on after.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Now that we have the liquid um chrome, that works a lot better. But with that, you still gotta lay it on top of your coats and everything because if it kind of dulls it with the clear. So if you
Mhm.
still want the chrome shiny, then you gotta put it on top of the coat, clear coat.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever it comes down to back then, like the sessions of adding like bare metal foil, that would be one of those things that I'd be like, all right, I know I'm not gonna get it done on one night session. It's probably gonna take me 2 sessions, maybe three, but I'm not doing anything else but that, because I would dread it, dude, back then. I used to be like, oh man, I don't want to do more bare metal foil.
Yeah.
Like I would be hammering through the build, just building, 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 and being like, oh, cool, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And then once it was down to like the bare metal foil, that's when everything would stop. and I'm like, ah, man, I'm not in the mood right now. I don't want to bare metal foil,
Yeah.
and I would wait for the right time. Like, all right, we're doing it tonight. We're doing it. I got a couple hours. I'll see if I could at least do like the side trim and a window or something.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the next day I'll do another part, whatever. And I would always like trip on it, right? And then later I started seeing some people getting down on it, like really clean. And I would be like, you know what? I got to start to like this. I
Yeah.
need to figure out a way to like it. So
Yeah.
then I don't know. I was just kind of going down a rabbit hole with like different hobby knives, and even back then you need to buy a scalpel and all this stuff, and you need
Yeah.
to get the most sharpest blade,
Yeah. Yeah.
to cut it clean. And I
Yeah.
remember doing that, but then I was cutting through the paint. I'm like, oh,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, you start cutting into the body, and I'm like, oh man, hopefully nobody notices that right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So back in those days, I would get the kits that had less chrome, like the Impalas. Impalas had very, very few chrome, and they were pretty much more of a straight line. So like the windshield, it will be pretty much just a rectangle. And like if you want to do a 58 Impala, oh man, that's a lot of chrome. And the rear window has a lot of curves. So yeah, try to do a bare metal foil on that chrome. It's just too much. I mean, I
No,
could probably do it now because I have more patience, but back then, yeah, that wasn't something I was willing to do.
yeah, right there. Behind you, I see your models display. Is that your workspace area or like your bench?
Yeah, so this is an old closet that we have an extra closet in our room. So everything is in here in this closet. So I made this bench, which now it seems a little bit small since I have so much stuff going on. But when I first got it done, I was like, oh man, this is a good size. Now it's just like, oh, this is too small. I need something bigger. But yeah, it's an old closet, and I have all my kits down at the bottom, and I display them here, and I kind of rotate them almost once a year. I take them down, put some new ones on because it's just here, nothing else. And then my wife can be here watching her stuff, reading a book or whatever, and I'll just sit here on this side. And if we're okay with what we have, I'll spend more than 30 minutes, but I usually spend 30 minutes on the dot. Like I'll put the timer 30 minutes. That's just like me try to diffuse from the world and just locked in. Just 30 minutes, that's it.
I didn't even think of that's a good idea, having a timer. I didn't think about that, because
Because
sometimes you lose track of time, bro,
yeah,
and then you're
yeah,
like, oh damn, I had to do this or whatever.
yeah, 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 yeah. There's a lot that you could do with 30 minutes.
Mhm.
You'll be amazed. Like, man, I did all this in 30 minutes. Oh wow, that's a lot. Okay, I gotta stop. Sometimes I'll even stop before the timer goes off because it's like, man, I did the whole, depending on the kit, because there are some kits that have a lot of parts. So um 30 minutes you could do an engine, glue it, put it together, and you jump into either front suspension or rear suspension, depending if it's a car or truck, and then like you're almost halfway done.
Mhm.
So and I think that's probably why I'm able to build the whole kit in 30 days, because it's just 30 minutes every day for a whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're building your models, are you doing that? You said 30 minutes, but is this during like the day when you're at home after work, or are you kind of just staying up, late at night, and you're like, all right, let me crank in those 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's pretty much before I go to sleep. Yeah, because I mean, this is just a hobby. My wife and kids are priority, so I will get
Hmm.
with them before anything. Like, how's your day? How was everything? Dinner? It's always at the table. It's like, hey, it's dinner time. Stop what you're doing. Let's go. I want to watch TV. I want to eat in my room. Nope. Let's go to the table. It's like old school. Let's sit at the table, because we don't do that. That's something that
Hmm.
it's kind of faded away. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep that. Hey, kids, dinner table, and then from there, we'll just talking about whatever. How was your day? Your ups and downs,
Yeah.
and then once we're all showered, got our lunches ready to go, for the next day, then my wife will come sit down, and I'll be like, all right, give me 30 minutes, and I'll just like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, that's
that's how
good,
come
man.
I'm able to jump on your shows late at night, because I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Hey, the ringer goes on right now. Bring,
Yeah,
done.
yeah, done.
No, that's cool, man. That's so awesome. One last model that I wanted to showcase. This is one that I got super excited about when we were at the NHRA museum. This is like a custom. You scratch built some stuff, you added things here and there, and then I'm gonna let you tell us the
Right.
details on
So
this one here.
before 3D
Oh,
printed,
oh, there
before
it is.
3D printed, yeah, before 3D printed, they were scratch built. So that's a full scratch built hot rod. So this is I think it's a 29 body, and I don't know who uh, molded that body, but the chassis is from the Revell 29, and it's a full electric style, I guess. So if you see the wheels are from a Disney toy. So it's got the Mickey Mouse logo on the hood cap. And I got that toy at a swap meet for $2. And that's just because I wanted the wheels. And I sat on those wheels for a while looking for the right car. And then there you go. The tail lights, they're from spare parts. The rear end, spare parts. If you look closely, those shocks are not actual shocks. Those shocks are valve stems from your car. When I go and get my tires rotated, I always go around looking for the stems that they're just laying around, and I pick this up, and those make perfect air shocks for our 124 scale models. Back in the 70s, if you guys remember, we had those shocks that you could actually put air on those shocks, and it'll lift the rear end. So that's what I was trying to replicate that. So underneath, it's got a cell phone motherboard, and that was just I had an old flip cell phone that I took all the pieces out and put them in there, and that's what I did. And the front, it's a helmet for a bionicle helmet. That's what that is. And the ornament, that's just from a spare box that it's on top of that helmet. The engine, it's a the if you guys remember the 1950s TVs, those air tubes that they will light up just to turn on the TV. That's what that is. That's the glass tubes. Test to replicate that it's a electric hot rod.
Man, that's so cool. Yeah, I was tripping out because I was looking at this car and you were like, look, check it out. And then, you flipped it upside down and we got to see the inside of it and you started telling me what was on it. And
Yeah,
just seeing it in person, man, it's totally different, obviously, from the photos. I mean, this is you took some beautiful photos, but seeing it in person, I was blown away. I
yeah.
was like, what? And then the wheels too. Like when I look at these wheels, I mean, you're like telling me, oh, I bought these, from like a toy and stuff. I'm like, man, these wheels are like really good for 124 scale.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm always when I take my son to swap meets and yard sales and stuff like that, and I'm always looking for toys, car toys, and anything that I can use that I can kit bash and whatever scratch build out of that. So yeah,
That's cool,
my
man.
imagination, it's a little too out there. So 3D printed parts are super great because it makes your builds a lot easier. You don't have to scratch your head, hey, how am I going to do this? But for me, I like figuring things out. Like, how can I make something out of nothing? Like the shocks, like who knew that I could use, your stems from an actual car, like, your tire wheels, this is where you put air on your tires, that's going
Mhm.
to replicate a 124 scale shock.
Yeah,
And it goes with a car. Like, man, it's so crazy. Yeah.
that looks good. I'm pretty sure later you're gonna be driving down the road looking at the tire shops, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
you're gonna see people like standing around, walking around, looking at you see what they see
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's another thing. So you see under the license plate that says Mars,
Yeah.
that is the inlet socket to charge your phone.
Oh, no way! I see it now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it almost looks like an exhaust.
Dang, I'm gonna have to bust out my old phones and break them and open them up. See what I could recover
Right.
from them, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a really good, like the concept and the idea, even like down to the engine, how you're
Yeah.
using an old school a tube, and you can see how it's clear on
Yeah.
the on one of the pieces there, like on the bottom half with all the wiring and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think I send you pictures of the bottom of it, right?
Yeah, no, it was just these three here. But
All
let's
right.
see. Let me pull you up so you can show us. All right, go for it.
All right. So here's the car. Here's the underneath. So that's the motherboard of that cell phone. If you see right here, those are the parts of the cell phone where you like dial in. And this right here, that it's a starter from an engine, and I just made it look like it's like a uh, like some type of speed controllers for the dry shaft. And then those are your Vel stamps for the air shocks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And here's the tube for let's the tube that looks like electric engine, and this is part of some other motherboard that I just glue that on there just to replicate. Oh, it's just brakes, electric brakes. So
Man, that's nice. As far as the helmet, is that something that's coming from maybe like a toy from one of your kids or something, or not?
no, I actually grabbed that from Bionicles. I got a box
Oh,
for
I see.
it was just full of Bionicles. So this is how it
Mhm.
actually looks. That this is like the Lego Bionicles.
Oh, right. You grabbed it from. That's cool.
Yeah, so I could actually use this and make another hot rod like grill,
Uh huh.
and then it's got the shape that I could probably put some headlights on it.
Oh
So
yeah, man.
it's a little dusty because I haven't cleaned them up yet, but yeah,
Yeah. Damn, you could do a little squad right there of some
yeah,
futuristic hot rods.
yeah, yeah. So
That's pretty neat, man. I hope you bring those to another show in the future, because I mean, we saw each other at Pomona, but I know that other shows there's going to be other people that didn't go to that show, so this gives another opportunity for more people to see that car. That's a really nice one, man. I think a lot of people will get a lot of ideas, get inspired to think outside the box,
yeah, yeah,
and try something different.
yeah. So here's another one, another sci-fi that I've done. Okay,
Oh, that's dope.
all right. Let me
Dang.
get a pointer. Let's make this a little bit easier. So these are earpods. The blue section, it's earpods. This right here, it's another motherboard. It used to light up, so this right here, they're just little lights, but because the battery died, it's just not working anymore. So this section here, it's one of the zip ties squares that you just glued on and put a wire across it. Okay. This right here, it's a backpack from a Fortnite action figure that my son didn't want, so I just kind of snatched it, and he was okay with it. This right here is just a electrical socket. What else? Okay, you guys are gonna trip out on this. If you guys don't have kids, then you guys are not gonna know. So this right here, the hover part, it's a yogurt squeezable top,
Nice.
and that's what makes the hover. And then this section here, again, it's a backpack from a Fortnite action figure. So it kind of made it look like Back to the Future type of thing. That's the flex capacitor type of thing. And a couple of wires, and there you go.
Wow. That's so cool, man. Dan, you got me laughing right there with the with the yogurt reference for the kids. You know, it's like my daughter, she'll be like, Dad, I want a yogurt, or there's this other, it's like an applesauce kind of thing, but it's those twist ones,
Yes. Yeah.
right? And then you're always like tossing them. And
Yep.
then I'm thinking like, man, that is the size for like to fit in
Yeah.
the wheel well
Yeah.
of the car.
People are tossing them, and I'm saving them.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's a trip. That's funny.
So far, I have 4 sci-fi vehicles that I created just like that. So that was my latest one. I did another one for BG. So he has that one. I gave that one away because it was a BG appreciation group built. So I built that one for him, and it's also on the channel. And I gave him that. And then I have this other one. Same thing, same concept. And then this is a sprue from a Gundam. So if you see, it's got Japanese letters on it, and it says B5 or B2 or something like that. Same thing, same concept, same yogurt caps. And then this section is earphones or earbuds that just make them look like it's pushing it down.
Hey, let me see the front end, man. I really love the like the windshield and the decal, all that right there. It looks like it went to space and back, and it's just like chilling,
Yeah,
ready for another flight.
yeah.
That's so clean, man. That's I don't know the weathering on it, just everything looks nice
Just
on there.
blackwashed. I blackwashed the whole entire model and then just let it sit.
Mm.
Yeah. And then this one, I got it at a yard sale for $1. And it was just the body. There was nothing to the kit. No wheels, no suspension. If you notice, there's just nothing on that engine, nothing. And I just added all of that into the cylinder heads or whatever this section is, like the heads or the exhaust, because there's no exhaust for it. So I just added it all in there.
Man, so you just got the body. Dan, you gave that model life.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's another one. So now we're in the sci-fis. Now you got me
Yeah, let's
talking about
bust out,
sci-fi.
bust out.
Now you're gonna make me clean this. All right.
All right. Now I'm digging this, dude. This is so cool right here.
All right. So this one is where is this kit? Where's the 37? It's from Limburg, I think. Where is this? Yeah, it's a 37 Ford convertible from Limburg. This is just raw plastic and a couple of panel lines just to enhance the lines. Everything it's just raw plastic.
Yeah, it looks clean, like very, very classy,
Yeah. So I was trying to replicate if it was to be a Star Wars vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And the Star Wars cars, they're all almost clean, and they're all white, which is weird, or gray. So that's what I was trying to go for. So here's the underneath. Again, another cell phone. And these are the legs for those bionicles. This section here, it's one of those things where if you're getting sick, I don't know what they call them, but it's like those beads. If you're getting sick and you just like take them like antibiotics type of thing. So that's what that is. Here's the same feet, but I just put them together. And when you turn them around, it looks like a thruster.
Oh,
and then this section here, there are the legs for the same bionicles. And again, yogurt caps. These are the wheels for the 53 Ford pickup, I think it is. That's what those are. And I just glue them on. So here's the best part of this one. So you still have your earbuds in here. So what's cool about this one is that this one moves.
Oh, nice. You can change the position of them.
It's posable. Yeah. And then you can actually turn them. So now it's make it look like it's flying.
Wow. Man, there's so many things you can still do, like you could do like a platform or anything to make it, decorated like it's, flying or whatever,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Have them all lined up.
Yeah.
Like park.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where my scratch build comes to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
hobby with me is just not. I'm not stuck with one genre. Like I could do
Mhm.
lowriders, rusty, sci-fi, you name it.
Yeah. So you were saying earlier before we went live, you said you wanted to get into another genre next year of builds.
Yeah, since again trying to show the younger crowd, the hobby. So my son likes the Nissan Skyline R34. So I might order a couple of those R34s, and I'm gonna start building some. And there's one particular car that I've been researching um, online and YouTube videos on JDM rusted cars. So I have one car in mind that it's going to be almost a fully rusted, because the cars in Japan, the ones that I've seen on the videos, is like, man, those things are pretty well rusted, and I think I could kind of replicate that. So I just need to get the car. So I'm just waiting for the car to show up pretty much and start looking at it and start working on it and see what I could come up with, rusting a Japanese car. So that's what next year holds for me. So next year will be nothing but Japanese cars, rusting Japanese cars.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. I'm excited for that. Yeah, it's always good to have that rotation of like different stuff because you step away or you take a break from one, you jump into something else, learn some things, and it's like a refresh button that you just press, and then you go back into what you were doing with the whole new concept and ideas and approach. And little by little, you realize, man, I got like a pretty good balance right here with everything that I'm doing. I'm
Yeah,
starting to
yeah,
you start to have more output, like more things you start busting out with more stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm just bouncing all over the place. I started with lowriders, then customs, and then hot rods, and then rusty. So I have in mind doing a rusted lowrider. I think I have in mind the kit I'm gonna do, and I just gotta find a time to start studying the body and how far do I want to rust the car? Do I want to have it a fully rusted lowrider, or just something that it's that you found in somebody's backyard and it's like, you know what, let's just get it running, put an engine, slap some 13s on it, and let's go. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta figure that story out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. Yeah, yeah. There's like so many different ways you can go about it right there.
Yeah.
Even before you build it, it's just like you said, the storytelling, like
Yeah.
have that navigate what you're gonna be building from right there. That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. What are some of your like future plans aside from like building, like as far as like for next year, cuz dude, we're like weeks away from 2026 of what's coming up. But what is it? Is there something, new or something you want to do to take the hobby to that next level?
So for me, I want to get better at wet sanding. So I've been looking at your tutorials on how you're doing the wet sanding, and I got the sanding sponges, and that's something that I could lay down some okay clear, but to get that wet look, that's the one thing I don't know how to do that. And I don't know if it's because I get very impatient, which is odd. When it comes to clear, I'm so impatient. Like I don't want to clear it. Like I really don't care for a shiny, glossy paint job, which is weird. And yeah, that's something that I want to really put my patience to the test, because when it comes to the glossy work, yeah, it's not appealing to me, which is weird.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember talking to one of my homies and I was asking him questions like, "Hey, have you ever used like house color like flat clear?" And he's like, "Nah, they do sell it, but I've never used it." And I'm like, "Man, I'm tempted to wanting to buy it to try it, but then I've never sprayed anything like a flat clear." So I almost
Oh,
I almost feel like when I'm spraying it, if I'm gonna like freak out and be like, "Oh, I don't see the gloss," like am I under spraying or over spraying? Like, what's going on?
Here's a flat one.
Oh, nice.
Or semi-gloss, but it's more flat than gloss.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What
prefer.
what paint is that? What
This is
brand?
just regular Rust-Oleum purple with semi-gloss clear, and that's it. I'd rather do that than a glossy work.
Yeah. Do you also use the Tamiya like brand paint like the rattle can or no?
No, no, it's all I go to Home Depot and buy as much can as
Yeah,
I
yeah, just
can.
get the big bottles. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's been a long time, dude. I remember back then, I think we were using Rust-Oleum and Krylon
yeah,
to just paint a model, put the model down on a box, spray it, and then when you pick the model up, you can still see the plastic on the box
yeah,
because
yeah,
it was laying down on the box.
yeah. So my go-to silver for flakes, if I want to do a custom job, it's Rust-Oleum metallic silver. So I'll lay that down because it gives it a nice uh, detail on the 124 scale. So once you lay it down, depending on how much you want the uh, the flake to show through, then that's how many layers. I noticed that for me, if I want the paint to just show through, then I'll do maybe 3 layers, and on the third one I'll go kind of heavy. So when I spray whatever color, because it's a transparent color, it'll show through. Like you see the brown 41, that one's it's got 3 colors of metallic silver, and then maybe 2 colors of the brown. But because the silver overpowers the brown, it just pops really nice. When you put it on the sun, it's just like, man, this thing is like super glossy, and the flakes, it's really out there. It really pops.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. Right now, looking at the chat, OmniWorks posted something. Let me show you real quick. It says Wasabi Cars has great reference for JDM Rusty cars. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you are sub to his channel. He does put out
Yeah,
some really dope videos.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He hasn't done any videos lately, but yeah, I gotta go back and look at some of his stuff. Yeah. At first I wanted to do the hey Jimmy. I wanted to do uh, the 86 Torreno.
Hmm.
It's from the initial D. Remember that car?
Yeah.
I was looking for the car because I wanted to rust that car, but I couldn't find anything that was more of my liking. Like, yeah, okay. I kind of like the either a Yoshima or Tamiya will have it, but not at the price range that I want.
Hmm.
So I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'll just wait. So, but I'm sticking with this other one, and I'm gonna wait and see. But I really been doing my research on the one, so it's
Oh,
gonna
nice.
be a jaw dropping when once they see the car that it's a fully rust, and it's a very well known car,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's gonna be something cool.
That's cool. Yeah, right here where I'm at, not too far from here, there's like an Initial D cafe kind of spot. I don't think they call it cafe, but it's inspired by Initial D. I've gone to it, and I guess it was like some dude that used to like sell drinks at like pop-ups and stuff throughout Southern California. And then he like started the business like at an actual spot. And when you walk in there, it's like they have drinks and just like snacks and things you could buy, but everything is like Initial D. They've been playing like the anime on the screens and everything.
Oh, okay.
And I was like tripping out. I was like, damn, they got a lot of cool stuff in here, right? And there was like people pulling up with their cars, and I was going like, damn, it's like a car meet. Like every 10 minutes, there's like cars pulling up that you can see right there. Man,
That's
now that
cool.
you said that, I would like haven't thought about it. I was like, man, I need to go back over there. Maybe I'll record a video and be like, yo, guys, check this out. Check
Yeah,
out
that'd be
this right
cool.
here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It's the I think this is what it's called, the Jiwara Tofu Cafe.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to search it then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not. I'm not too far from it. I think I'm like less than 15 minutes, bro. It's not even that far, but I rarely go in that direction. That's why I don't, but it's like right off the freeway. And I'm
Okay.
like, man, I need to go back there and like check out that spot right there.
Yeah.
As far as like your references for like rusted cars, do you just kind of surf, like the webs like online, or are there magazines, or what are your references for that? Or where do you find inspiration?
Online, whatever build I'm trying to do, I'll just search online, couple of you know images, and then go from there. And that's pretty much it. And after that, once I have a pretty much an idea, pretty much the color, not so much of how I want to rust it, because I'll rust it the way I want to rust it. But there, certain cars, they rust certain ways. So those are the things that I kind of look for. If it's a truck, it'll rust more towards the bottom, closer to the frame, or certain cars will rust more towards the top of the roof because of the way the paint was done at the time of the year. Like the JDM cars, they're known for rusting the back window by the rubber seal. Some of that little details that I'm kind of looking for. And another thing is the paint job. What's a paint, a color paint that kind of stands out with the rust, and that's another thing that I look for.
Nice. And also regarding scales, do you only just do like the 124, or do you go bigger size or even smaller to like 164 scale, like Hot Wheel size?
Yeah,
He
I
bust
do.
out.
Yeah, you're gonna make me bust out my.
Nah, just maybe a couple of them. That'll be good. Because later you're like, man, I'm gonna stay up all night trying to clean all this up. What's going on?
All right, so here's a what is this thing?
Let's see.
A
Let's
bone
see.
shaker,
Ooh. Oh, nice.
and I changed the wheels, and was trying to replicate the Steelies, so I got them from another Hot Wheel, so took them apart. Yeah, so that's a fully rusted bone shaker.
All right, cool. So we're also doing the 164 scale stuff.
Yeah,
That's
we do
good, man.
164 scale, and
That's
then
good.
I have a, what is the scale of this thing? I have a 1/116 scale Porsche 356.
Oh, dang, nice.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're like, you have room for it, like bust out.
No,
Yeah,
that's why it's still sitting in the box.
yeah. Not yet.
No, not yet. But that one's it's weird because that's the only model from Porsche that I can rust,
Mhm.
because the way they did their metals. I can still rust some of the newer models, but it won't be a fully rusted model like this one. And if I was to rust this one, you will be able to see more of the detail of the rust because it's a bigger scale.
Mhm.
So that's something that I'm still messing with it, as far as what do I want to do with it. Do I want to have just certain parts painted, certain parts rusted, or just rust out the whole underneath, so I could just showcase the bottom of it and just do a couple of like the fender will be one, like a project car that someone's
Mhm.
driving. So I don't know. That's just something in, when I see, I was like, oh, there's this other thing. Oh, there's this other thing. So
Yeah, no, it's waiting. It's gonna take time, but the time will be right.
yeah,
Once you get to it. Right now, you gotta handle. Maybe you gotta learn some other stuff before you get to it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so but that's cool, man. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's always good to display them and have them in different places. So you're like, all right, cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's fun. But yeah,
Oh, we're- any shout outs before we wrap up right now?
man, I've been OmniWorks. He's being on it. Yeah, definitely. I'll go check out his videos and see what he's got. Maybe I'll get some inspiration from him. Jimmy from Kit Bash Customs. Man, he does some really killer customs. And I gotta show him. You still there, Jimmy?
Let's see. Kit Bash Customs right here. Bam. That's his
Mhm.
at Kit Bash
Yeah.
Customs.
Is he still on?
Let me see if he's on. Say what's up in the chat, but he hasn't
Yeah,
popped up right here right now. Maybe he is. Um,
because he did a 1964 pickup, and it was custom, and it was really nice. And one thing about the YouTube is that it's a two-way inspiration. So uh, I told him that one of these days I was gonna do a custom truck, not to replicate his, but I just wanted to do the custom truck, and um, it's done, it's complete, and I just gotta edit all the videos, the clips that I have, and put them into one, and then just do one whole video. And I was gonna tag him in it, but if he's still on here, um, but I know he's in Sweden, so if it's almost midnight here, it's maybe 3 o'clock in the morning.
oh dang, yeah, it's like super
Yeah,
early down
he's
there.
almost 12 hours. He's almost 12 hours away from us. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Right on.
but I'm just gonna show you guys. Just
Hey, let's
hopefully
see.
he'll
Yeah, if I,
he'll see it. And this was glossy.
oh, that's nice. That's clean, bro. Dang, look at you. That's clean. Look at that. Yeah,
1K clear.
I can see the shine right there.
And that's semi-gloss underneath, obviously, because it's a driver. It's not bad. It's not even wet sanded.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks really good. I love the white in the interior, in there, like the dash, the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
There's
looks
my
good.
magazine.
Ooh, the mags, I see them.
So yeah, that was pretty much it. The engine, it's pretty much basic. It's all stock or box stock. So there's nothing special on it. I was able to stamp the custom by the door. So I was able to use that chrome. See how that says custom on the by the window. That
Hmm.
was hard. So the Fusion, I painted the wheels with that Fusion chrome, and there's no clear on it. That's just a normal chrome just out of the bottle. So with that, in order for you to keep that shine, you got to let it sit for almost 3 days until it really dries. And once it dries completely, then you can pretty much touch it.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Like,
Yeah.
how is it handling it? Like having to touch it. You have to
Yeah.
be like super careful.
Yeah. After 3 days, you can touch it, but it has to be 3 days. And pretty much that's it. It won't rub off or anything. And then I use the custom because it comes, how this kit comes with custom and normal. So I use the custom taillights. So just to give it that custom look.
I always love the custom options.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's clean, man. That's so cool. Yeah, I was like saving the parts and stuff just for future reference. Like, right now, some of the models I'm working on, I'm just searching through my boxes. Like, do I have custom parts? Where are they at? I'm finding some, but I know there's others I have, and I can't even find them. But I know there's somewhere here. There's somewhere in a box. I need to look, and then I'm also scouting out things on eBay, part slots, things like that. And I'm just looking forward to the shows next year too, to start digging and looking for parts, bumpers, and tail lights, headlights, like different things. Even models that are just in pieces, like loose bag stuff. I can't wait to look through that stuff, see what I could find that I could probably use later.
Yeah. The rebuilders. So I got a rebuilder that I put together, and it came out better than than I expected. I did. I think I showed you the 57 Chevy with the NASCAR kit or
Mhm.
NASCAR chassis. That was something that I was kind of messing around with, and I was like, what can I do to this? I like the details of the NASCAR kids, but I
Mhm.
just don't really like the details that comes with the 57 chassis because it's all molded. So how can I,
Mm.
make it more pops? And I was able to pull that
Yeah.
off and then keep it as a daily. So let me just show everyone there. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
What's up?
so this is a a daily. So this is how I got it. This just out of the box, nothing, crazy or whatever. So, and then the hood, that's the original raw plastic from that kit, from another kit, because I just got it, spare parts. So, and then here's the engine. That's a NASCAR engine.
What? Yeah.
All right, now here
Crazy.
comes the underneath.
Oh, dang. Secret weapon.
There you go. Yeah. And that's the exhaust right here on the side. So it's pretty loud. I'll wake up the neighbors with this for
Let me
sure.
go. Let me go warm up the car.
Yeah, right. So yeah, and that's the rear end. So yeah, and that was my first time trying to do this, figuring out how can I keep the original interior tub and add it to this chassis. So I was able to cut off all the bottom chassis of the bottom section for the chassis. So this is the actual frame. Then I just cut all that out and then glue that on and painted it, and it sits like a normal sleeper. That's pretty
It
much what it
does,
is.
dude.
It's a sleeper.
If it's clean, dude.
Yeah, and it's just looks like a normal beat up, whatever you will see out on the street. Like, oh, somebody's working on it. So
Oh, that's so awesome, dude. Man, that was such a cool model right there to show us. Dang. Thank you. Thank you for showing that.
yeah,
Everybody, also shout outs to everybody that's in the chat. Everyone who's watching us over here on YouTube and also Facebook as well, because we've been streaming from both platforms right there. I want to thank Mars Garage for coming on and hanging out with me here, chopping it up, getting to know him more. I look forward to seeing you as well at future shows,
yeah,
and look forward to seeing more of your videos. Before we forget, remember I said, I almost forgot, but here it is. If you guys have the get on your phone, jump on YouTube and look up Mars Garage 8217 right there. Got his channel. That'd be so dope. Subscribe. And I look forward to the content, bro. All the future things that you come up with. And man, you're very creative, man. There's a lot of ideas, a lot of things that you make fit and make them flow. So
yeah,
that I find
yeah.
that very inspiring too, man.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's inspiration has to be a two-way street. I'm literally learning from your wet sanding skills because I mean, I could lay down some clear and it's decent. To me, it's decent. But to get that wet look, it's something that
Mhm.
like I said, I need more patience for it. And it's weird. I
Yeah.
have more patience to rust model cars, and people they get triggered by, oh, I can't rust. I got to do a shiny. So
No, yeah, man, I the thing too is like we're both in California, and it's not like we're like that crazy far away, but one day we'll need to link up where you could come down here and maybe we could do some type of sesh where you can ask me like what you're trying to do, or and the same, I could be like, yo, show me some rusting or clearing, that way we get through that, and you can learn something, I'll learn something. That'd be dope, you know
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
some info on there. But thanks, man. Hey,
yeah,
thank you
yeah.
again for being here, and everybody, thank you again for tuning in. And for those that tuned in a little later, the videos will be up on YouTube and Facebook, so you can always go back and rewatch them. I will update the bio and the description. I'll put the links as well to his YouTube channel, so you guys can check out. And I need to look for the VW links. I'm gonna update that as well. But
Yeah.
anyway, guys, this is Edgar taking off in Mars Garage. All right, man.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you guys. Thank you for
Peace
stopping by.
out.
Thank you for having me. Later.
Yeah. Later.